Is Alex Rodriguez the best player you've ever seen? Melky Cabrera says, in my eyes, respect to Albert Pujols, Adrian Beltre, Manny Ramirez, but for me, A-Rod is the best player I've ever witnessed. Not just because I had a front row seat, but this guy would tell me before the game, I'm gonna hit 2 home runs today, and he would go out and do it. The interviewer stares at Melky, confused, and finally utter the words, how? So he would say he's hitting 2 home runs? Melky repeats, he said he's hitting 2 home runs. The day he hit 3 home runs against Bartolo Colon, he told me, I'm hitting 2 home runs today. He ended up hitting 3 home runs with 10 runs batted in. You can look it up. Later, I'm going to tell you another story of something he did you really won't believe. It's one of those stories that you can even look up on YouTube. The interviewer said, just tell us now. Melky responds, okay. In 2009, he had 28 home runs and 93 RBIs. It's the last game of the regular season in Tampa. He comes in and tells me, I'm going to get to 30 home runs today, and I'm going to log my 100th RBI. He hit 2 home runs and brought in 7 runs. He finished with 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. His 14th season with at least 30 home runs and 100 RBIs. The interviewer asked, but you're a baseball player, Melky. How is it that someone tells you before a game they're going to hit 2 home runs and bring in 7 runs, and then they go out and do it? Melky says, look. First, he hit a home run with 2 guys on base. He comes to me and says, that's 3. He was missing 4 at this point. Funny enough, it was truly something incredible for it to happen this way. They intentionally walked the 3-hitter and pitched to him, and then boom, grand salami. The interviewer asks, was he a good teammate? Melky says, look, for me, he is the best. That is my brother. I love him. I speak with him, not often, but a message here and there. With me, he was amazing. He bought me suits. He gave me money. Sometimes he would stay in the suite and he would let me and Cano stay in the suite. He was an amazing guy to Cano too. Very good. They go on to ask, a lot of people have said that Alex is usually to himself, in his own lane, but every guest we've had has said nothing but good things about Alex. Melky responds, I truly cannot complain. That guy was basically my dad. He gave me everything. Everyone who has sat with us has said great things about the captain Derek Jeter too. Melky says, Jeter's another tremendous individual, but I didn't give him much energy because he was doing his own thing, and Alex always went out of his way to look for me and make sure I was good. I felt like his major league son. He would always tell me, whatever you need, I'm here. But it's like what I'm telling you from earlier. I still can't explain to myself how he would say things like, I'm gonna hit a home run, then go and do it. It was something incredible to witness. He would run, field. He did everything. My thought process now is, I'm gonna do everything he does. He invited me to work with him. And that week I worked with Alex, I was the player of the month and had an amazing month. And when you say you followed him around, you mean you followed his training? Melky said, I would work with him, go to the gym together, do rubber bands together, run hills together. Everything he did, I told him, I'm gonna do everything you do. I would get up early. He had a routine that he would do weights, eat breakfast, then go back to sleep, then get back up and head to the field. So I followed that same routine. I did the routine for a week, one player of the week, and told myself I'd continue this routine. Is it true that in 2009, he said he would buy all the Dominicans on the team a car? Melky laughs and responds, he said he would, but he did not. We heard he said he would be gifting you guys a Mercedes. Melky replies, he told me he would give me $50,000. He didn't give it to me though. You mentioned he bought you suits when you arrived in the major leagues. 4, Melky corrected him. He told me to go to a place, and he said that place would give me 4 suits. I went, and that's what happened. I still have 2 of them. How about watches? I heard he's big on gifting watches, they ask. Melky replies, yeah, but he never gave me a watch. I wasn't into that. I was into suits. So he sent me to get 4. But he would always tell me, for example, if I hit 2 home runs, I'm gonna give you $500. And I'm cheering for him to do it so I can have my $500. The interviewer interrupts. In other words, he would hit home runs and compensate you with $500? Melky replies, 500. That's correct. And I was eager for him to hit those home runs. Would you guys speak in Spanish? They ask. Melky responds, he would speak in Spanish, but me and Cano would teach him how to speak it properly. Me and Cano would tell him, hey, you need to speak more Spanish because there are a lot of Dominican fans who are your fans and love you. He started speaking more Spanish after. The interviewer says, yeah, there's a video of him and Cano when he was in Seattle and we saw him mouth off a bad word to Cano. Was it you guys who taught him that? Melky responds, well, we taught him bad words too, but the objective was for him to speak more Spanish. And he did.